Sitting at the intersection of time, space, reality, and fiction floats the yellow eye. Always watching, never blinking. His gaze has witnessed all that has happened before and knows what is yet to come. Countless stories of hope, hate, heroics, and heartbreak. It has no mouth by which to speak these lessons, so it calls upon its head clearer to tell these stories, by word and by deed. Heed the yellow eye's lessons as it gazes upon its servant, just as the eyeball gazes upon you. Our story has already begun.
Hello, my children, and welcome in. My name is Alan the Yellowhead. I am the High Priest of the Great Yellow Eyeball. May its gaze be upon you this and every single one of your days. It is D&D night. It's been a couple of weeks since we did it last time. We are now at episode 10. Welcome into episode 10. It's good to have you. I'm doing all right, Krusty. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties right now. With one of the characters not showing up. Not the player. The player is good. But there they go. There it loads. Okay. Yeah, so apparently Fantasy Grounds is 100% it goes by actual oh, you think you're gonna change it back? Okay. I mean, it's whatever. But it's good to see you. Yeah, so it looks like Nate's good to go. Perfect. There we are. We did it. All right, so let's talk about what happened last week. The big thing last week is that at the end, both dwarves had gone down. They had stabilized, but because of the sheer numbers that were still left, the wizard, the bard, and the warlock all ran for their lives and left the dwarves to their fate. And so now we shall find out what that means for everybody else. So we'll be dealing with that shortly. But before we get too deep into this, let's go ahead and get ourselves over here into the thing. By the way, just as a bit of an admin, if the phone rings, I do have to answer it. I am on call. Hopefully nobody calls, and then we'll be able to play. That's just a thing. So let's get it back.
That's fair.
That is fair.
Back.
Hi.
Back again.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Hi,
So
Dr. Nick.
So yeah, apparently Pingus, aka Nate, it is case sensitive. So the fact that you had your name in all lowercase is why it couldn't find you.
That is really stupid.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you log out, then you have to sign in with the same capitalization that you did before. Because
Yep.
that's not case sensitive.
Yep. So that's why it wasn't working for you. So yeah, because you had a capital I, a capital A, and then Pingus was all capital letters, and that's why it
Makes
couldn't
sense.
find you. So yeah, as soon as I basically cleared it and then you claimed it as yours again, yeah, it changed the name to all lowercase. I'm like, oh, so yeah, I guess it is case sensitive. So there you go. Yeah. Anyway, let's talk about who y'all are before we get too deep into everything else. Right below me, we got Nessa the Bard. Below that, we got Nate. Over there, we got Captain Rock playing Thorgrim. We got Mel, who's not sitting there right now, which is fine. And last but not least, Wilvain, Saverly, and all that fun stuff. All right, so we're gonna kind of slowly get into this. There's gonna be some one-on-one time with all of you. So we're gonna start with Wilvain, just because I think Wilvain's probably gonna be the easiest to deal with. So Wilvain, you had just returned to town, and you basically went straight to Nate's house. And you went to Nate's house to start studying the spell books that you had liberated from this place. So, is that all you're doing, or... Now, you did notice when you went to Nate's house that there was something there that wasn't there before, and a 7-pointed star was kind of burned into the wood on the wall behind Nate's bed.
I was going to completely change my mind and run back to the haunted house, but I don't want to do that to you.
With your 1 hit point that you have right now?
Yep. I'm just going to hobble back.
Yep.
Any signs of the cat?
No.
Apart from the symbol that was on its head?
No, yeah, no. So other than the symbol that used to be on the cat's head being burned into the wall, no... Nothing else is out there.
No Nate?
No Nate.
Well, I guess Wilvain will just make himself at home.
Okay. And continue to study the book. You should already have the list of the spells that are in that book, or both books.
Yes.
So, of course, anything that you decide that you want to scribe into your own spell book will cost 50 gold per spell level, and 2 hours of time.
Is there any
So,
gold in here?
what's that?
Has Nate left any gold around? Just
No, there's no.
Okay.
There is no just gold like around in Nate's house.
Okay. Yeah, there's not much else for Wilvain to do until someone else gets there. He's gonna
Okay.
kick back, rest up.
Rest up, and yeah, all right, cool. So other than that, I mean, there is a lot of hubbub going on outside, which you basically saw, and that leads us into, you know what? We'll go to Nate because that seems like a good idea. Now, Nate, you went back to town at mock speed because you were expeditiously retreating, and that's
61 miles an hour.
Yeah, so you ran very, very quickly back to town, and informed the town guard. What exactly did you tell the town guard?
Let's see. Well, I ran back and I was screaming bloody murder probably the entire way. Probably past a couple of dwarves that were like going to work. Just ran past them at 60 miles an hour, you know, just crying and screaming. Got home, saw the star, noped the hell out of there.
Yep.
Went to the council or the guard and said that, so, me and my friends, I guess, the people who went on adventures, you know, and killed those bandits before, is 2 of them got killed in the adventurers, or the alchemist house, the dog brothel, whatever the hell it is. And we... 3 of us should have maybe escaped. I kind of ran away a lot faster than them. They had little short legs. So, Torgrim, one of the old guards, was down, so you should care about that. But there were a bunch of bandits in there, and they had loots from the town, probably, and there were slimes on the ceiling, and it made spooky noises when you walked past certain places of the house.
Okay. So yeah, that was enough. So essentially, with that information, there was two main things: is bandits were in the house and stuff stolen from the town, and that was enough to basically send the guard into overdrive, where the council basically unanimously decided to send the guard to not only see if they could possibly rescue the dwarves, but also because essentially that area is being used for banditry or something of that nature, and they've been kind of dealing with this issue for a while because your group has kind of let them know that, hey, we're running across all these bandits in all these various areas. So they now have actionable information to go off of. So that really starts ramping up the entirety of every guard is kind of up in arms, and there's a lot of people running around doing all those kinds of things. Now, with that said, you were also going to go in and you saw that you noped out, and you said you were going to stay at the hotel or at an inn, right?
Yeah,
because you're not going to stay at your house because of that 7-pointed star that was burnt into the wall above your bed. Okay.
Not a chance.
All right. So, for you, that evening, while you were sleeping, something of a weird dream happens to you.
Oh, God.
What is strange about this particular dream is that there's nothing. And when I mean nothing, I mean literally there's nothing above you, nothing below you, nothing to the left and right. It's 100% black field in all directions.
I made my way into my own brain.
So, but what's strange about this, even though you can't see anything, you see movement out of the corner of your eye. And as soon as you turn to look at it, it's gone. But you still have movement in the corner of your eye. No matter where you turn, just out of sight, there is movement. Sometimes you think you may have caught the glimpse of a tail. Sometimes not. It's hard to tell because, again, everything is black.
I don't like this. Could I just close my eyes and not see anything in my peripheral?
Yeah, so, yeah, and if you close your eyes, yeah, so it again, doesn't change the view because it was pitch black to begin with. But even through your eyelids, you catch some sort of movement. And it even will actually move up in front of you as well with your eyes closed. But as soon as you open, it's gone again.
I curl up in a ball and cover my eyes with my hands and cry.
Okay. So as that's going on, and there's this constant kind of movement going on all around you, that movement is then added to a voice. Now, this voice is neither male or female. It is neither deep nor high pitched, but it seems to be all of it and none of it at the same exact time. And you've heard a similar voice to this before. And as it moves, as this movement happens around you, the voice seems to move with the movement. So whatever this shadow thing is that's moving around seems to be the exact thing that is speaking to you. Are you...
And there's salad bar?
Are you not even a little bit interested to know how you're still alive?
Yes, I am interested that I am alive.
You know you died, right?
I didn't even get touched. Everybody else got touched, not me.
But what about the serpent? The snake?
Serpent. Oh, that.
The snake in the well. Send your soul to hell. But no, I've intervened. And on the word intervened, it's intervened. Multiple other voices all kind of echoing past.
Oh. Thanks. You think?
I sacrificed my little follower to save you. Now, wasn't that nice of me?
Yes, but why?
Oh, well, that's simple. There's a mystery here. And I want to know what it is. And you, my little John.
Oh.
I have a plan for you.
Okay, what is that plan?
Oh, well,
Like a diet?
you're going to find out exactly what these secrets are in this town. You're gonna find out for me. And you're gonna do it because my gift I have given to you, you squandered, and I had to sacrifice it to keep you alive. So you owe me.
Oh, Lord. Sorry?
Don't be no, don't be sorry. The fact that you can use the magical hand and paws and smush your enemies, that's all thanks to me. So
You figured as much.
you are gonna do what I say. Yes, you are. Because you may not realize this, but I realize this. You are owned by me.
I am a familiar.
Yeah, they weren't too far off. They weren't too far off, were they?
I guess not.
Well, good. So we have an understanding. So what I need you to do is continue down this path you've already tread. You're gonna do it. You are going to do it. Because you may not realize this, but I know everything about you.
There's not really much to know. I'm not all too interesting.
No, but you are now. And you're going to learn things for me. And you're going to tell me all about them. And maybe, if you're good, I'll send you another little pod friend to keep you safe inside.
Please don't send another cat.
Oh, but I will. Because that's my gift to you. And you should cherish it. Just like all my other gifts. The fact that you can see in the dark. The fact that you can attack things with a disembodied paw. It's all me. And you owe me. You owe me.
The next kitty. Go.
You're breaking up.
Next kitty. Just
You're completely breaking up. I can't hear a single thing you're saying.
I don't know why my computer always does this. It just really doesn't like fantasy grounds anymore.
Mm.
Am I better now?
Yes.
To be determined.
Actually. Oh, maybe if I can.
Yeah, you're still breaking up. Damn it. Everything was going so smooth.
My cheeks hurt.
Which ones?
Well,
Well played. Well played.
didn't know you were laughing that hard. Wow. That's amazing.
And I can only imagine the view we just got of Pingus is about the view he has of this shade that's moving around him.
I think he's making it happen IRL.
Yeah.
Hey, can you?
Yep.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
And then
Speak more,
it started
speak more.
breaking up again.
Maybe camless for a bit?
Yeah, try without your cam.
Yeah. I can.
Bandwidth. I mean, you look great, but...
Yeah.
Why is it still on Wi-Fi? It should be plugged.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Sounds like a bandwidth issue.
There. Yeah. Okay. You're good now.
I'm gonna need to hear
Please
that all over.
don't hurt me.
Oh, but I have no interest in hurting you. How will I find out what's going on if you're not alive to see it? So don't worry about little old me. No.
You can take over for me.
No.
You like the cat? Okay.
The cat is nothing more than a vessel of my own. But that's fine.
Doomed.
All I need is for you to continue. You're going to find out so much. And then I'm gonna find out so much. And knowledge is power. And power is what I crave. So, does that sound like a good time to you?
Do you want me to answer that honestly?
Oh, I don't care how you honestly answer it, because you're gonna do it, aren't you?
Oh Lord.
Yeah, I will.
That's what I thought. Well, that's all I have for you, I guess. Oh, I guess I'll just let you sleep the rest of the way. That's fine. That's okay. You rest well. You're going to have a busy next couple of days. And don't ever forget, I'm watching. Always watching. Also, you should probably wash your hands after going to the bathroom.
You told me I'd.
I tell you anything I want. All right. Well,
I'm sorry, it was a joke.
you will have a good night. We'll see you in the morning. Well, I'll see you in the morning.
Well.
Oh, I don't sleep.
Very good. Oh, okay.
Oh.
I never sleep. Okay, love you. Good night. And with that, you seem to have just like lost consciousness again. So into another, like, a completely dreamless slumber that you don't actually remember, like, going to sleep, but you remember vividly when you wake up the next day that conversation. And it feels almost as if everything that you look at, there is almost a burnt-in image of a 7-pointed star, like right in the middle of your vision. Not physically there, but as if it's something that you're always seeing. Slightly kind of like out of focus symbol on everything you look at. All right. Now,
Go
Nate.
to the bar as soon as I wake up.
Just going straight to get drunk. All right. All right, Nessa. So you got back. You were a little freaked out about the whole situation and everything that had transpired. When you got to town, you did see a lot of hubbub and hullabaloo as the guard seemed to be kind of mobilizing for something. But you went straight up to the inn, and the one that you work at, and immediately started ordering drinks.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
Go ahead.
and I was gonna say, and Hannah, who basically gives you your first one, says, "You don't look so good."
Funny you should say that. There were things back there that would raise your hair, all things that scare, so I ran with my wares. There was nothing I could do, lost my friends too. The song will set sail, my saddest bard's tale.
Oh. Bad enough that you made a song about. Oh.
It's one I'll remember forever.
I'm so sorry.
I need a drink.
I'll continue to bring them to you. Just tell me when you want to stop.
I go ahead and I chug the first one.
Okay.
Hold up the finger while I not the middle finger. Just
I got you.
The finger.
Yeah, like oh, wait a second. Yeah, I got you.
Finish it, put it on the table, and say, "Please, can I have another?" I'm a polite bard.
All right, yeah. She actually, by the time you actually put it down, she's already put another full one down right next to it, and grabbed the empty one to go fill it back up.
So, how long have you been working at this bar? Just, I don't really remember.
Oh, I've owned this place for a few years now. 7, 8.
And your husband, do they work here too?
Oh no, never really had time for romance, as it were.
Interesting. Well, I've had a long day, and I'm gonna go retire upstairs. But if you need a friend, or you need someone to talk to, or you need another tale, just let me know. Just knock on my door. I'll be there. I'll be there for you.
I don't know about you. You seemed pretty distraught. Maybe you should just stay down here with me. We'll keep each other company. And then once everything kind of settles down for tonight, then, maybe you should just stay with me in my room.
I I think that's brilliant. You are a brilliant person.
I've been told that at least today, once.
I'll say it again. So Nessa's a little giddy, but also sad, but feeling much better now.
Yeah, now that you're a little bit drunk and about to do bard things.
Exactly.
Yeah. Gonna bard it up with the barmaid.
Yes.
Perfect. All right. Yeah. So you and Nahana have some good conversation. After things start to kind of die down, you do retire. Upstairs, there is a bit of a lull in conversation, and things start warming up, as it were. And then you end up having a really good night's sleep.
Really good night's sleep.
Really good night's sleep. That's right. Okay. Now, Mel.
Oh Lord. Yes.
So, the last thing you remember was going toe to toe with some hobgoblins and some bandits, and you somewhat remember getting hit and losing consciousness, but you don't quite remember who hit you or what happened right at that moment in time. So, but what you do see is probably the brightest light. Your head is down, kind of like you're looking down at your chest, but you have this bright light that is coming from somewhere in front of you. And
Marvin.
you knew before you even looked up. Interesting.
Oh.
And it sounds like it's coming from extremely far away, but also a whisper in your ear at the same time. It's a voice of pure, like, this is the dwarfiest voice that's ever been spoken by anybody that you have ever heard. This is the most dwarf-like dwarf voice that's ever been dwarfed. It's the dwarfiest.
I try to find myself to a kneeling position and what I can find.
So you find that you can't really move your body other than raise your head.
I start looking around. I would bow to you if I were physically capable to.
So as you kind of look up, what you see in the distance, that bright light is just, it seems like there's something nearly as bright as the sun. But the reason why you're not being blinded by it is that blocking at least the brightest portions of it is the outline of an anvil and a hammer, which you instantly recognize as the holy symbol of Morden. And the light is shining behind it, just leaving this black silhouette of those things, and with the light rays slowly moving around the silhouette. And the voice seems to be coming from that silhouette. Do you know how you got here?
I more than likely did another dumb thing and went headlong into a fight that I probably couldn't win.
Well, that's very astute, actually.
Oh.
This is a rhetorical question because you do know this, but who am I? What am I known for?
Crafting.
Absolutely. I am the one that breathed life into the first dwarves, made them from the stone and gems. I made those things. And I made you. The problem is that you have made a lot of apprentice mistakes. Do you know what mistakes I'm talking about?
I'm gonna say no. I can't say that I do in full honesty, sir.
That's fine. That's why I'm here. And you sense a smile. You can't see one, but you sense a smile. The most common mistakes that a new smith makes, first being not taking the time needed to heat the metal properly. If you strike an improperly heated piece of metal, you can shatter the blade you're working on. If you don't heat it enough, it will be more difficult for you to ply and turn from a slab of metal into something useful. Another mistake is quenching too early. If you don't allow the metal to cool some before sticking in the water, you also risk breaking your blade. What do these two things have in common?
Patience, or a lack thereof.
Indeed. Indeed. You are a smith. You are the forger of your own destiny. But you're impatient. And because you're not letting your heat touch your metal, and you are not letting it cool before you quench, your destiny is becoming brittle and not a strong, forged tool of Moradin. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. That is a very excellent advice. Thank you. And I put my head down just a little bit and trying to bow to him for the advice.
So then tell me, if you understand, repeat back to me in your own words what my advice was.
What I understand is that I need to slow down. That I need to heat. I need to heat things up more properly and thoroughly. Work the metal better, and cool before quenching. What I'm hearing is I need a little bit more patience and potentially to become a little bit stronger before I impulsively find myself in a brittle situation. Instead of just rushing headlong into a situation that is untenable.
Very good. Very good. You show great wisdom. You know, another mistake that gets made is a young smith will not bring all their tools to the location in which they are working. And when they need something, they have to stop their workflow and go get another tool. One should always keep your tools close so that when you finish with one, you can also use another. But then also quickly switch back to the previous tool. Your companions are like tools. You are the mighty smith, but you can't do your job without the tools. And the tools cannot do the job without you. So you should not abuse your tools. You should not leave your tools far and wide, but keep them close to you and take care of them. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
What do you understand?
I understand that I shouldn't be so far away from my group and support them better. They're not my followers per se, but they're to be used well and treated correctly. If not, I'm going to shatter like a brittle piece of steel that was improperly worked.
It's a beautiful thing to hear you say those things. Keep in mind that your future, your destiny, is not written in stone, but is being written as you experience it. If you take these words that I have given to you, you shall forge a great and mighty destiny. But it is still your work, and it all depends on you. And what that means is that you are not done on this mortal plane. It is not your time to come and be with me in the great feasting hall. So you shall return. And with that, suddenly you get the big whiff of salty sea air. And not only do you get a giant whiff of salty sea air, you notice that you're kind of sitting in a few inches of water. You are bound with your hands bound behind you. And it's very dark where you are. You can hear waves coming in, and every time you hear a wave come in, you kind of feel the wetness kind of move up just a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit each time another wave comes in. And as your eyes slowly adjust, you realize that you are sitting in a cave near the mouth. Not exactly sure where, but you're tied up, your feet are tied up, and there is water underneath. Now, in this cave, you can see where the water line is. And the water line is well above where your head is. It seems as if they have tied you up and left you somewhere in which, instead of killing you directly, they're gonna wait for the tide to come in and you're going to drown.
They left me to a slow death. Oh, okay.
All right, so that's where you're gonna stop. That's where you're gonna end. Thorgrim, you have been awake for a little bit. You've kind of been looking around. You and Mel are basically... Mel was right next to you. He was muttering something in his unconsciousness. But you've been awake for a few minutes now at this point, before Mel wakes up. And you already have a good sense of, yeah, we got put into a cave, and our heads are below the waterline.
Okay.
And that's when Mel wakes up.
Okay. And so I see, I've been up, and I see Mel wake up, and I didn't see any of this light, did I?
What light?
Exactly.
It's dark in here. Now there is a little bit of light to your north.
Okay.
There's no direct light in this cave itself. You can definitely see that this cave is ends right at the ocean, for sure, and the water has been slowly rising over time. You're not sure how long you have, right? But eventually, you know that when the tide comes completely in, your heads are going to be underwater.
It sounds like a dire situation here.
Indeed.
It seems like the jig is up. Thorgrim slowly transforms into a slender, white-skinned, purplish hair, white hair.
And as you do that,
eyes. Yeah.
and as you do that, the manacles that were sized to fit around your dwarven-sized wrists slide right off.
And I make my way, like I go toward my feet and unloose the bindings at my feet and wherever else they are on me.
Yep.
And make my way over to Mel to
So Mel,
get
you
him out of his
just
bindings.
you just watched Thorgrim change from what he looked like to this skinny, pale-skinned, purplish white-haired, cloudy white eye creature. He was crawling towards you, by the way, right now.
I start very worm-like, just shimmying back a little bit with just this look of horror on my face. I'm still dreaming. This is still a dream. I'm dreaming, and I just start trying to, like, worm away from this, because...
You can't go very far. The chains that your manacles are chained to don't really allow you to scooch away very far at all.
I've got sheer panic and terror going on right now. Somebody talk to me. Martin, help! Help! Thorgrim's an ooze! I'm gonna eat my ooze right now, I know it! And I'm just trying to, like, shimmy away best I can.
Mel, relax. It's still me. But I have a lot of explaining to do, but I don't think now's the time. We got to get you out of here.
So tell me, is the voice the same or is it different?
No. At this point, the voice is a little different, a little more proper.
Oh, I would love to help, but I just please let me out of here. And I'm still kind of wincing, but I put my hands up and I'm clearly just shaking.
You can't put your hands up there behind you.
Oh, I'm clearly trembling. Just, please, help me, please.
Absolutely, Mel. Let me see if I can get these unfastened for you. And I don't know if there's anything around to wedge or shimmy the lock here.
So you're gonna go ahead and try to pick it? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
So there doesn't look to be, anything directly nearby you. There is a boat, like a small boat that's sitting behind you, that seems to be kind of anchored to the wall. But outside of that, there's not much else that you can see directly that'll help you. However, you do notice that it looks like the chains that have them chained to the wall are not like a permanent type fixture. It's something that looks like it was put there recently, and you probably would have an easier time pulling that out than trying to pick this lock without picks.
All right, I'm gonna make my way to the end of the chain, see if I can kind of leverage that chain around and like pull it loose.
Okay. Yeah, give me a strength check with advantage.
Okay. So I can do advantage and then just go like this.
Yeah. So as you wrap it around there and you pull, it takes two good yanks, but on the second yank, the piton that was going through the chain pops right out. And with that, you're able to easily slide the chain that was keeping him from being basically against the wall, and you're able to free him from that. So the manacles are still on him, but he can now move, and his feet are just bound by ropes.
All right, so we can get him loose from that.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It's not hard to untie the bindings around his feet. So Mel, you are now able to stand up and walk. Your hands are still manacled behind you right now. But you could at least walk, and it doesn't look like you're going to drown as the water, slowly comes in. Now, you do know it's nighttime, right? Because you are at the mouth of this cave, and it is dark outside. So it is definitely night. And all you really have is the information, of the basic spot of where you currently are. I forgot to bring this up. Lols. Okay.
Mel will roll himself up to his feet and kind of stammer back a little bit, just giving this creature that just transformed before me. I'm stammering back, just kind of wide-eyed, but I'm not quite running.
Mm-hmm.
What are you? Are you even a dwarf?
Oh no, Mel, I am not a dwarf, but they don't like my kind around here, so I took the form of my friend Thorgrim. He's no longer with us, but I lost him several months ago. But I'm what they would call a changeling. I can take on the form of others. I'm sorry for the ruse, but they don't like my kind around here.
I would imagine not. You've treated me well. I have no reason to distrust you, and I mean, this is a lot for me to wrap my head around. So please, my friend, let's get out of here.
Absolutely. Let's see, is this boat usable here, or can we kind of make our way out the cove?
So it does look like
it might be.
Yeah, it's seaworthy from as far as you can tell. It definitely looks like it's seaworthy.
Does it look like any of our stuff's around here, or is there anywhere to go back in the way we came, or?
So you don't see anything in the immediate area where you currently are. However, you do have that light on the north side of you that you can kind of see coming out from an opening near this cave.
Okay, we'll get those shackles off of you, Mel, as soon as I can find a tool to do so. I don't know if we should look at this boat or head toward the light.
I say we should go towards the boat. I just came from the light.
Phrasing.
But yeah, no, I think we need to get I think we need to get some distance away from this cave as fast as we can. If there's anything that I can do to help without the use of my hands, I'm willing to do so.
Okay, so is this so is the light coming from the
there's an opening.
An opening?
Yeah,
okay.
there's a cave up there.
Where the water's coming in, like raising sea level?
That's to the south.
Okay.
So if you go it's under the basement, the haunted house basement map. If you pull that up. To the south of you is where the water is slowly rising and coming in. And that's where you can see the outside. You can see the stars off in the distance and all that. So you know for a fact that, yeah, you're on this edge of some cave that's right there on the ocean. And then to the north, there's an opening, and where light is coming out of that opening.
Okay, let's head to the light first, maybe.
Okay. Also, are you
go up there? Or?
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
On the map.
What map are we on? Whoops.
The basement.
Basement.
Yep. So, I don't know if you were planning to update your token also, by the way.
I don't have that ready.
Oh, okay. No worries.
Yeah.
No worries.
Get that all set up.
Okay. Cool. Everything was set up to do that. Why aren't you letting me click it? Oh, that's why. So as you both move up, you can clearly see, like, okay, there's plenty of lighting. There's a torch on the wall to the south, just beyond this cave opening, and in this other area, you can see just all sorts of casks, and looks like bolts of some sort of cloth, some backpacks. Just all thrown into the corner. And unceremoniously, it looks like some armor and stuff was also just kind of thrown into the corner here as well.
Okay. So it looks like some of our stuff might be over here, Mel.
Oh, fabulous.
Think over here.
And wherever Thorgrim goes, I want to be just behind him, feeling useless at this point.
Gotcha. Yep, no worries. So yeah, this room, like I said, it's filled with all sorts of goods. There's bolts of what look to be silk, and like 5 separate casks. Not sure what's in them. They're all sealed. But on the side, it says something about Bradbury Distillery, something like that. It's kind of faded. So yeah, and here on the south side, as you kind of get down into it, down in here, you can actually see, this is, and from here it actually starts, the hill itself starts to move north. And not only does it move north, but it's raising. So it's like you're going up a hill if you continued up northward from where you are. Now, over on the side, there looks to be armor that you recognize as Mel's, and it looks like his hammer is sitting right next to it, along with a backpack, which could possibly be his as well.
Perfect.
And actually, yeah, you reckon it, Mel. You're right there. So yeah, you see, yeah, it's your armor for sure.
Hey, Thorgrim. Should I even still be calling you Thorgrim?
Pleased to meet you, Mel. I'm Seabold.
Nice to
Seabold
meet you,
Tabs.
Seabold. For now, I'll call you Seabold, but when we get back in front of everybody else, we might just keep the ruse going a little bit longer.
I think that's fair. That'd be fine. You can call me Thorgrim.
Perfect, Seabold. This is my backpack. You should find a dagger in there. You might be able to pick this lock off my hands by using the dagger.
We'll take a look at. Is there any other bags of?
Oh yeah, there's so there is an old set of armor that you were wearing, which a certain part of you is so happy that you're not wearing it anymore because it just doesn't, like, it never felt right on you at all. So as you kind of go through, there seems to be a different bag here, and going through it, it looks like there's a bunch of other things in here, a mix of what you had before, but it looks like there's just a bunch of other things that were just kind of unceremoniously thrown in the corner over here. Seems to be some weapons. Looks like there's a short bow and a quiver of arrows, and some leather armor, and in a bag as well. Another backpack that is separate from the other backpack that you were carrying before.
So I start piecing things all together and mustering what I think to be my stuff, plus some stuff's off to the side, and
yeah, and you're able to get your
new stuff. Yeah,
and
okay.
yeah, in that list there is definitely a pair of a set of lockpicks.
Okay, so some tools that I could use to
yes,
to help with Mel's. So I grab those right away and get over to Mel.
Yep.
And
go ahead and give me a check. We're unlocking it.
That would be what would that be?
So technically it's using the tool, so it'll just be your it will just be your proficiency bonus plus your a dexterity check is really what it is with your proficiency bonus, since you're proficient with thieves' tools.
Okay, so I do.
So are you proficient with sleight of hand? I don't remember.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead and just roll that. Okay. It's the same. All right, yeah. So with a quick click, you're able to pop the lock, no problem, and the manacles open up and fall to the ground and rattle on the stone floor. Metallically rattle on the stone floor, sounding, very loud in this fairly quiet cave.
Mel noticeably flinches and starts looking around. Shit. I start hastily putting on gear and
same
go
here.
on my arm real quick.
Okay, so it'll take a couple of minutes to put on your armor. If you want to put it on right, you can do it quickly if you want, but it will not be as effective.
I'll take the time it needs to put my gear on and be patient with it.
Okay. All right. So the artist normally known as Thorgrim doesn't take him nearly as long to put on his leather armor. As it does for you to put on your armor, Mel. But it seems like whatever that noise you made did not bring anybody, and you're able to put on your armor completely.
Perfect. And the last thing I do is I pick up my hammer and roll it around, seeing the emblem of the smithing hammer on the mace side, and I hold it out to Theobald. As far as I know, as far as I can tell, I met you as one of my dwarven brothers. You are still a dwarven brother to me, just in a different image. So please, I wish to be your friend, Siebel. You seem to be a good fellow. Before and after I knew this form. And Mel's just kind of really choked up on the mace, just got the head real close, almost offering it as a handshake, but
All right.
just staring at the emblem of the anvil on the head of the mace.
Thank you, Mel. I will tell you all about Thorgrim sometime.
I would like that very much, but maybe we should go back to that boat. Maybe take one of these little casks with us, because
Yeah.
I'm gonna need it when we get back.
At that time, I'm going to take an action and go ahead and change back into Thorgrim's look, just because I don't want to traipse through wherever in a changeling form.
Gotcha. Okay. Yep. So you switch back to looking like Thorgrim again, except now wearing leather armor and and looking a little sprier than you did before. By the way, the two of you make sure that you put your actual equipment on in your inventory, because everything is currently not being carried by you. So go in there and just do that piece so you'll have all your stuff. But yeah, so you're able to go to the back to the boat if that's what you're planning on doing. It's just tied up to a metal ring that's been mounted into the side. And so you can just untie it if that's all you want to do.
Kind of distracted, making sure all my gear's set.
Yep, no worries.
Need that AC bonus. Perfect. And I make sure that I have all those plate armor pieces. Kind of just unsure how.
So you don't.
Huh?
Did you bring all the pieces of plate armor? Because didn't you just have some of them, and was Thorgrim carrying the other ones?
Yeah, Thorgrim was carrying half, and I was carrying half, just to try to
stop you from being. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So then, yeah, you'll have all that. No problem. Perfect. Yeah, that works. So you're able to get back to the boat. The oars are inside the boat. The, small little oar-powered boat. That's all it is.
Boats and rows.
Boats and rows.
Yeah, I think we make fast out of here.
Okay. Yeah, no worries. So as you kind of make your way to the boat, yeah, there's, like I said, there's definitely a couple of oars in it, so you're easily able to just untie it from that ring that's in the wall and get it out into the water. Now, how are you planning on using this? Are you just going to sail out into the open sea, or what are you trying to do here?
Probably just hug around to the shore.
Okay.
Yeah. It's probably for the best. We got a small little boat. You shouldn't go too far out.
Okay, perfect. All right, yeah. So with that, you're able to kind of stick close to the shoreline, keeping it within 60 feet so you could see it with your dark vision, and headed to the west towards Saltmarsh, which, because it is the night, you can kind of see some of the flickering lights of the torches and things of the town. And as you make your way there, or you're going to start making your way down that, and that is actually, how long will that take you? Hold on. So 15 feet. Okay, yeah, so it's going to take you most of the night to finish rowing your way back to town. Because it was, you know, a few miles to get here. And being that you're doing it with a boat and you're rowing it is going to take a little bit of time. Not only that, but you're also having to deal with the waves and so on and so forth for being that close to shore. So it will take you quite some time. And you don't actually end up at Salt Marsh until the actual sun is up. For the rest of you, you kind of awaken to the news that there was a successful raid on the house, and the remaining bandits were captured and or killed. And right now they have one in custody that they're currently interrogating. But unfortunately, your dwarven friends were nowhere to be found, and they're presumed dead.
What we figured. Oh well. Still getting drunk.
Oh well.
What? See how it is.
Hashtag oh well.
Drinking to care.
Ruthless.
Got it. Yeah, so,
That's what they would have wanted.
I mean,
Yeah, well, you know, I mean,
you're not 100% wrong on that, so that's true. All right, so with that, you're getting drunk, and with all that going on, essentially, everybody has, you start to hear a bunch of commotion outside. The sun's been up for a little bit now. Most things have been kind of going back to normal, but now you're hearing a bunch of like yelling and things happening outside, Nate. You as well, Nessa. Wilvane as well.
I definitely roll over out of my comfortable bed to go ahead and
Hana's comfortable bed, you mean?
yeah. It's comfortable.
Yeah, it is.
Put some clothes on and go downstairs.
Okay.
To see what the commotion is.
Yeah, so it looks like when you kind of step outside, you see just a bunch of people like running towards the dock area and yelling something about they're not dead, they're back.
Oh. I definitely want to investigate that.
Okay.
So I look around to try to see if Nate or Wilvane are anywhere.
I mean, you saw Nate in the bar. He was getting drunk.
Oh, he was at my bar.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
he was
right,
at your
okay.
bar. He was down there drinking.
Okay.
It was the closest one to my house. So
Yep, it is.
There.
So I, on my way out, grab his arm and pull him outside. This is...
How long have I been up and drinking?
A couple of hours now. You are drunk at this point. That's
You're easy
the bottom
to pull.
line.
Yeah, you're definitely easy to pull. your drunk bud is coming outside with me.
Very stumbly.
Yeah,
Yes.
stumbly, but ambulatory at least.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So as you head back, and you follow the kind of the crowd of people, you see two dwarves in a rowboat, which sounds like the beginning of a joke, but it's literally what you're looking at is two dwarves in a rowboat, and they look very, very familiar.
Oh my gosh. My friends are alive.
Yep, and y'all hear, like, you two, Seabold and Mel, you hear over the hubbub a very familiar voice that seems to carry above the turmoil of all the other voices, saying exactly what you just heard Nessa say.
Melody and Horgrim, why are there 4 of them?
Get your crap together, Nate. This is our friends. They've come to be here with us somehow.
Why are 2 of each of them?
Oh man, we need to get you sobered up.
Not if Mel has anything to do with this. He sees a drinking buddy at this point. I look up and just kind of wave. No real energy. Mel's just kind of like listless in this boat until he gets to shore. Oh, go ahead.
No, sorry. No, I'm just doing the Forrest Gump on the shrimp.
Just the waving, the whole arm wave, yeah. Perfect. Yeah. So
you're stay rowing at this point.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it doesn't take long. You're pretty much like up at the dock. You have a few of the deckhands you throw the rope to, and they're able to tie it off, and they give you a hand to get up on the dock with your boat, out of your boat. And you definitely hear all of this, Wilvane.
As soon as Mel hits the dock, he runs to the closest land and not water and just falls upon it. Thank you, Martin. Got some underneath my feet. Thank you for this earth, my master. Thank you. Just like hamming it up on the ground, just happy to have something firm under him again. Thought I was gonna die out there. And he just kind of like lays flat on the ground, just.
And that's met with some laughter from the crowd, just because it is quite the amusing view, and yeah.
Ooh.
So, continuing on, Wilvane, you hear a knock at Nate's door.
I'm a knock at my door.
Wilvane clicks his toes and a do not disturb sign pops on the door.
You hear a familiar voice. Master Saverly, it's me, Timmy. I wanted to talk to you about your book cover.
Timmy the Face?
Yeah, I guess. Okay. And you kind of, he opens the door and like slowly opens it, and you just see kind of half of his face peek around the corner. Just. Wow. Okay. That just added XP and made a bunch of noise. All right. So with this, like, so I know you wanted me to make the book. I have a question for you though.
Yes.
What am I supposed to do with the holes?
The holes?
Yeah, like where the eyes and the mouth are.
Oh, no.
Because when you, so I don't know what you know about leatherworking, but when you dry it, it'll shrink. And
Patch them together, Timmy.
so you want me? That's what I needed to know. I didn't know if like the holes may have been artistic for you. I didn't want to like sew them up if you wanted them sewn together. Okay, so you want them sewn together. Now, do you want me to use human skin to tie them, or like can I do something? Can I just use like regular hide, or does it have to be other faces? Do I have to tie the faces with other faces?
I do have more faces for you. One moment.
Oh, good. Great. Sure. Yeah.
So you should have, I think it's 19 faces?
Yeah. Something like that. All right. Perfect. Yeah, so he takes the faces. What do you do? Like, he doesn't have a bag or anything? So are you just, like, putting 19 faces into his hand?
I'll give him my belt. We can...
Okay. So
one last thing, Timmy. Can you leave the cover of the book, leave their eyes open?
So, do you want me to put something in there, or...
If you think you can manage it, I've got these 2 gemstones here, Timmy.
Oh, if you already have them, that would be, yeah, then, okay. So, I don't need those right now, but, when it comes closer to that time, now that I know you want me to tie everything up, it's gonna take me a little more time, right? Because I already started tanning some of them, but because they weren't tied, there's no way to tie them together in any decent way. They kind of just look like this. And he just makes this face, and he makes his eyes as big as he can, and he opens his mouth. And I can't tie it together without it all bunching up and looking wrong. So, all right, so I can tie them first, and then once I tie them up, that's what I'll do, and then I can use the ones that I've already... Oh, this is going to work, Mr. Saverly. It's going to work, I think.
Excellent, Timmy. I do believe I said I would give you more payment on completion.
Yeah, but I this is... Thank you for the extra faces. I'm gonna get these tied up. It's gonna take a few more days of curing the other people's faces, and yeah, perfect. Okay, good. Well, it was nice to talk to you again, and I'm gonna take this belt full of faces, and I'm gonna leave. Okay.
Just let me know if you need any more. I'm sure I can get them.
I'm sure you can. I don't want you to, but I'm sure you can do it if you want. So I will see you later. Have a great day. Bye.
Do shut the door.
Okay. All right. He's just like, he kind of slams the door behind him, but it doesn't quite latch. And so it bounces off the door jamb, wiggles, just shakes a little bit.
Wilvain will begrudgingly get up and close the door.
Okay. So you close the door behind him, and as you're going up to close the door, Timmy is in a full-on sprint away from the house with a belt of faces just swinging back and forth as he moves his arms while he's sprinting away from you. Seems like he didn't really want to be around you all that much. At all.
Not many people do.
Alright. So, the next couple of days, not much really goes on. There's basically kind of, you hear the stories about essentially led by our Erleander Fireborn. There's a lot of stories about seeing him in action, and fighting what bandits were left. He takes no credit for it. He maintains that they were still injured from when you all were in that fight with him, and so he just basically finished off what you had already started, trying to be very humble about the whole thing, even though the other guards that were there just talk about how he was essentially a wrecking machine, dispatched the hobgoblin and one of the scouts right off the bat, and basically got hit with a few spells while he charged directly towards the wizard and then knocked the wizard out cold with a single blow. So there's been a lot of that going around, but the next couple of days are pretty much you're left to your own devices. Anything that you all feel like doing, shopping, any of that kind of stuff, you can do now if you're interested in doing that.
Yes, actually. I want to get that plate mail armor that we had found all fixed up and cleaned up and sniffed.
Okay.
And properly repaired and all that.
Okay. So you're going to take it over to the blacksmith.
Yes. And
okay.
Subsequently, I want to have a conversation with Thorgrim Sibold on whether or not plate's his thing, and because I was going to let him have it if it's something he would use, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure at this point. Like, do you wear plates, Sibold?
Nope. Nope. It's a little too heavy for me.
Well, that's what's that at, I suppose.
It's like a kid with too many coats on. Can't put my arms down.
Well, happy birthday to me, I suppose, then. So, yeah.
Okay, yeah, so, what so what do you plan on doing with your other armor? Let me ask you that first.
If they'll buy it off of me, I would sell it to them.
Okay, they suggest that since you asked to have this repaired, that they just basically do an even trade. They will completely fix up and repair your armor, and you just give them your old armor. And that'll be that's the barter, that's the price.
Deal.
Okay. Yep. So you can go ahead and put the plate mail on and get rid of...
That is some smexy AC right there. Oh. Oh, it's gonna get worse from here. I'm gonna tell you now. That's why I made this character. Just high AC and magic resistance.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, with an AC of 20. Yep. That's what you got. All right. Cool. So you got definitely time to do that. What about Nessa? What is Nessa doing for the next couple of days?
So we leveled up, right?
Well, we're getting to that. That's
okay,
what I'm just trying to see what
sorry.
you're doing. What are you doing the next couple of days?
I'm gonna be working the bar.
Okay.
I want to spend more time with Hannah. So.
Hannah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The H can be silent, but only for me.
Yeah. I mean, sure. Whatever that means. Whatever that means. All right. Yeah. Okay. Nate, what are you doing?
Getting less blood in my alcohol system.
Gotcha.
Most likely.
Okay. Yeah. No problem. What seems to be interesting here is that no matter how much you drink, you never seem to ever black out because of it, for some reason. So if your intention is to become unconscious and possibly no longer be, in your mortal coil, that doesn't seem to be working at all. Almost as if it was designed not to work for this particular reason. You haven't had any dreams like you had before. However, you do remember the pitch black nothing. So you didn't really dream, but you seem to always kind of think you were in whatever that place was with the pure blackness around you, that you were there again.
That's why I drink.
Okay. Cool. Seabold, aka currently looking like Thorgrim.
Yeah.
What are you doing the next couple of days?
Next couple days, I kind of want to just kind of ask around town. I remember previously there was stories of some creature causing a ruckus in the evening.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I
yeah.
wanted to see if I could kind of muster some more information about that.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Okay. Doo, 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 doo.
Okay. So basically what everybody knows, and I'm using knows as in quotations here, because you hear a lot of different, wildly different stories on what it is. Some people said it was just a dog. Other people said, oh no, but it was a dog, but it had to have been a blink dog because it would just disappear. And then other folks still were like, that ain't no dog, that was a troll. Nobody can seem to really agree on what it is. They just know that their bins where they store their food, or where they throw away some of their food, their compost bins, were essentially ransacked for things that were in it. They're assuming it's some sort of creature, but what that creature is, either nobody actually saw it, or the rumor mill, as it is in towns like this, it has kind of slowly taken on its own legend at this point, where it just keeps getting bigger, and whatever this creature is becomes bigger, stronger, and more menacing as time goes on. So much so that, mothers are now telling their children not to be out after dark, or else the trash monster will come get them. Like, it's starting to turn into that kind of folklore-y thing in this city.
What is in this town? Is it predominantly is it human mostly?
It's like
human and
90% human. As far as like the initial inhabitants, right? You're talking like 95% humans with a smattering of halflings in the area. Most of the time when you see the halflings, they're from the outlying farms in the region. Usually coming in to sell their foodstuffs and trade for fish and that sort of thing. But yeah, after now it's pretty much the dwarves have kind of taken over the number 2 spot of the most populous, and halflings being number 3.
Gotcha. That's about it.
Okay.
Oh, another thought that I have is at some point over the next couple of days, I would want to pull Sabold aside in a private spot and just have a conversation with him. No drink, sober, just
Go right ahead.
Sabold, can I borrow you for a moment?
Absolutely.
Someplace private. I don't know if you're trying to let what you are out, as it were.
Well, I wanted to share the story with the group, but maybe another time.
If you want to do this as a group, sure. I'm just trying to figure out if you want to do this as a one-on-one or tell the whole group.
I'm happy to answer any questions.
So who is Thorgrim?
Oh. Oh, Thorgrim is a great dwarf. I met Thorgrim several months back in the mountains. He saved my life. I was in the area searching for more of my kind, and I ran into a pack of gnolls that had me pinned down, and the gnolls were in the area kind of scattering the dwarves around, and on his way by, Thorgrim scooped me up and saved me that day.
And you said the dwarf passed. He's with Martin now, you said.
He is indeed. He is with Morden. Maybe he helped us get out from the situation we were in.
And as he says that, I just pull up my my amulet of Morden. Will you? I start to stumble in my words. I just start clutching my without really. I can't quite get the words out. I just start rubbing my amulet.
And Seabold also pulls an amulet out from under his neck that he wears from Thorgrim in remembrance. This was Thorgrim's, and I keep it with me in remembrance.
Martin blessed this creature before me. Thank you. This is an awful lot for me to be taking in. I think I want to go back to drinking. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'd share a drink with you, my friend.
Drinks are on me as long as you're up for it. And I get up slowly and go to the door and just open it. After you, my friend.
And go find some beer.
Wow. That was strong. All right, yeah. Where do you plan on going?
To the bar I've seen Nesta working at.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So snapping line. I almost said the slapping line, and I'm like, no, that's not right. Snapping line is what it's called. Okay, so you go ahead there. And you know who's already there? Nate.
Nate?
Yeah, he is shit-faced.
Oh man, we got another drinking buddy.
Also, Nate, by the way, that over the past couple of days, you spent about 5 gold in alcohol.
I was expecting more.
Can relate.
Right. I pull out 2 gold pieces just off the top and put them on the bar. Let me know if I need to put more gold on that table, but do not let my mug run empty, please. And whatever this fine dwarf next to me wants is on my tab today.
Fair enough. And yeah, the tavern girl, nods and then runs off to start getting the pools ready and bringing them to you, and does a really good job of keeping the mead flowing, as it were.
Mel, we should have grabbed one of those casks from where we were found in the cave.
Ah, shit, we should have. Oh lordy. And Mel carries his hand in his face. I told him I understood, and I clearly didn't.
I think it's best we played our life, though. It could have weighed us down.
I think you're right. I need to be smarter and slower with my decisions.
What was written on it? Was Bradbury Distillery? Do we know anything about that?
I mean, you can give me a history check.
Yeah. It's not going to do much, but we're going to do it.
We're going to do it, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So, It is a fairly well-known distillery that makes a very fine brandy.
Cool. I mean, I've been around dwarves enough. I know a lot about alcohol.
So. Indeed. Yeah, but it's a very fine brandy.
Very fine.
Very fine.
It's fine.
Brandy, you're a fine girl.
Yeah. So after these couple of days kind of go by, you are all summoned again to the council chamber. Individual runners come and find you. Well, one individual runner finds, the three of you, well, four of you actually, all at the snapping line. And the last one finds you, Wilvain, at the house. And you are summoned to the council hall.
Do they knock on the door?
Yes.
How's he summon him?
Well,
Go away!
Is this Mr. Saverly?
He makes a do not disturb sign bigger.
You're being called to the council chamber. They wish to talk to you.
The what?
The council hall. The council wants to speak with you.
The council?
Yep. Yes, the council. You know, all the people in the one building? The people in charge?
In charge of who?
The whole town. What do you mean in charge of who? It's the whole town.
What do they want?
I don't know. I was just sent to get you. Something about the house that you all found, or what? Something.
I'm in it.
Not this house. You could hear the frustration building up in this guy's voice. Why did I have to get this one? Listen, they said they were gonna give you money.
Do they have gems?
You'd have to ask them.
Do you have documentation?
Not on me, no.
Why not?
Because all I'm trying to do is to get you to go to the council hall. Can you please open the door so I quit having to yell?
No, I like yelling.
Oh, all right. Sure, that's fine, I guess. Listen, I don't know what you want right now, but we're gonna... I need you to come with me.
Give me 5 minutes to take off my reading shoes and I'll be there.
Okay. You have reading shoes?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Who doesn't?
I have no idea.
Okay, begrudgingly, he'll go.
Okay. By the time you get there, everybody else is already there. Nate is deep in his cups. His eyes are kind of partially open, chin on his chest. He's out of it completely. The both dwarves look all right. And Nessa seems to be all smiles. Been all smiles. Very happy for some reason.
You just had My friends are back. Of course I'm happy.
Yeah, that's the reason. Perfect. Yeah. All right. So as you finally kind of get in there, there's a couple of people that are kind of milling around, trying to like listen in on what might be going on, and they're shooed out by a couple of clerks that essentially say like, no, this isn't for you at all. You need to go. You need to get out of here. And so as you're standing there and the room finally gets cleared, the council members come out and they all kind of sit down, and you see a couple of fresh scars, newer scars on Erlander that weren't there before. So it looks like, yeah, he probably got hit a couple of times during that fight at the house. But as everything kind of settles down and they settle in, first, and this is Erlander's talking, first, what you did was reckless and stupid. But because of your actions, we were able to recover 8 bolts of silk and 13 casks of fine brandy that does not have the king's stamp on them, which means these were trying to be smuggled.
Wait. Before the first, Mel Fulgrim?
Oh yeah, he didn't know you guys were alive for the past couple of days.
Hey, Wilvain.
If you want to know how, Wilvain, I would argue an act of my god. I'm sorry for the interruption. Please continue, Orlando.
Who?
Don't worry about it. Mel just starts waving his hand, trying to listen to Orlando.
You were dead.
We're only mostly dead.
Like Nate.
I'll explain later. And
Still alive and awake. Can I have one of those casks of brandy?
Nessa just slaps Nate on the cheek lightly, not like slaps him, but like, the wake up kind of thing.
No.
So with this, you've done a great service for not just Saltmarsh, but for the kingdom as well. And against my better judgment, the town has decided to pay each of you 200 gold for your part in this. And as that's being said, each one of you is brought out a very hefty, large bag filled with 200 gold pieces and handed to each one of you.
King.
Any chance I could get this in gems?
You can go buy gems in town
You
with
don't
them.
have any?
Not on us, no. But let me finish.
I'd rather not.
please do, Orlando.
With that said, the council has decided that you shall be given a charter.
Why are the nearly dead people getting paid?
Hush, Orlando. Hush, Wilvain. Let him finish, please.
Yes, Osharland.
We still have our face. We are not dead.
I was coming back for it.
Well, you can't have it. I'm still using it.
Not yet.
If I may finish,
You could try.
Please do.
you can, his face is getting red. You can tell that he's starting to get irritated as his, what did you just do?
On the floor.
You just threw up on the floor? All right. Erlander stops and kind of, are we sure we want to do this? And And Ida, the fisherwoman, is like,
Good now.
look, we already said we was gonna, and we already knew they were a little bit on the the strange sided, you know. So, honestly, I think it's just par for the course at this point. I'm sure someone will go clean that up or something. And fine. We are going to offer you a charter to be registered as... Are we sure we want to do this? I told you we're doing it. Just ask the question. Hell. Didn't know you was gonna be such a baby about this. Fine. You will be granted the rights and responsibilities of that of a paid guild member that will be outside of the confines of the law in order to complete missions given to you by the council and whatnot. I
graciously accept. Thank you. And Mel pulls out his amulet and just kisses it, tucks it back away.
So the paperwork is brought out and it's given to Erlander, and he grabs it and starts writing some things. And what do you call yourselves?
Okay.
All of us know. I call myself Melody. Not sure about the rest of these goons.
Your group.
Oh.
There is an official name for your group that will go on the paperwork. What is the name of your group?
What he said, drunk.
Malnavane.
Thor Melavane? Is the drunk does not get a vote.
Aww.
That sounds like a good name.
What?
The drunk shall not get a vote.
How?
I like it.
Fine. The drunks. And you can see he dips the pen into the inkwell and writes in there. And you can just see him writing. Here is the official, and he holds it up, and you can see all your names are written on it. Thorgrim, Meladin, Wilvane, Nate, and Nessa. All your names are on this paper, and up at the top, you can clearly see your group name is known as the Drunks. And it's like, now that business is out of the way, we have a request of you.
I don't know, I thought pumpkin spice would have been pretty good.
Ooh. I want a latte. Do you think they have pumpkin spice lattes in this town?
No.
Oh.
It's the middle of summer. Pumpkins aren't even grown yet.
Oh, their spices are year-round.
I don't even know what Listen, just stop. Stop, all of you. His face is bright red now. He's not happy anymore. And you can see over Ida's, like, covered her mouth. She's laughing, but not wanting you to see that she's laughing, or at least not letting Erlander see. But, you know, so she's got her hand over her mouth and shaking up and down. You can't see that she's laughing, but you know she is. So Gellin, Primwater is just kind of looking at the group of you, just kind of keeping with his fancy clothes and all that, just kind of looking you over. Menestrad seems absolutely bored and out of her element. She doesn't really want to be here at all. And Anders is seeming like all smiles, very happy.
Anders is here. Wolverine, do the thing for Anders that you do. It's funny.
The thing?
Anders!
Oh! Mulvane clicks his fingers and a loud booming voice screams, Anders! Solomon! Happy Nature Day.
Yeah, thanks.
The name is so fitting, it's scary. If you're done.
Not quite.
Oh, don't mind him. He'll go on and on. Please, what do you need us to do, sir?
After going in and seeing this operation for ourselves, we discovered something which looks to be some sort of signal plan. We believe that this contraband that you have discovered for us was meant to be smuggled out of the country. Based on what we have found, we have a bullseye lantern that we believe is used to signal the ship when it arrives. We want you to be there when this ship arrives. We want you to signal the ship, and then we want you to get on that ship and put this smuggling operation in the hold, if you catch my meaning.
So, I mean, just because we did it before, does that mean we have to do it again?
You signed the charter.
Get seasick.
And not only did you sign the charter, we are prepared to offer you 400 gold each.
Which, hearing that, snaps Mel to attention. Yes, we'll do it. Just blanket saying yes for everybody. Yep, we got this. Totally got it.
I don't want it, but I have
I'm in.
to, so I will.
Finger guns, I'm in.
Thorgrim, you look different.
Yeah, I couldn't.
That's
quite-
because there's two of them.
couldn't quite. It's not two of me. They just have different armor on today. It's fine.
I see. I
I
see.
lost mine along the way.
I see. Interesting. Well, nonetheless, 400 gold to finally put this whole smuggling operation down.
Okay.
Sounds like a great plan. And where is this signaling lantern?
We left it at the location that we believe it will be used at, which is in the upstairs floor. However, I probably do not need to tell you this, but be careful, for part of the floor is very weak. We had someone fall through.
Mel starts immediately rubbing his side. Yeah, no. The bruise on my side remembers that particular fall very well, sir. And
Good.
He just starts groaning.
We have left the signal decipher sheet there as well.
So you went into the house to leave it there?
We captured and killed everyone that was left, looking for any points over at the dwarves, and these two who weren't there and we assumed were dead but apparently found a way to escape on their own.
What happened to that Ned guy or whatever his name was?
Ned.
Is that his name?
That's the one we have in the prison.
Oh,
Can
you
I
have
kill him?
Oh, do you mind if I interrogate him prior to us
We've
leaving?
already done so. That's how we know this.
Can we have Wilvane interrogate him for like a little bit with a knife? Where without a knife? Either really is okay with me.
That is... You realize you're talking to the captain of the guard, right?
I was saying with or without a knife. I was just trying to be helpful.
You said we're above the law or something, didn't you? He'd just rip off his face with his toenails, even if he didn't have a knife.
I have been sharpening them.
I'll be really honest with you, Orlando. I have a particular vendetta against that creature that you've been interrogating. Something about barely making it outside with my life. Me and Thorgrim here. So, when you're done with him, just let us know. We have questions for him.
Well, then
you know?
let me sweeten the pot. How about, after you do this for us, I will do that for you.
Oh.
Deal.
Oh. So.
Not really.
So
This doesn't make any sense. You wanted to go back to the house, which we failed, and you had to rescue us, but you don't want to go and do it yourselves, even though you're the ones that killed them all.
I believe you got back fine, correct?
I wouldn't call this fine.
He doesn't have a leg. He couldn't stand on a ship.
They make like pegs.
He has one of those.
Oh.
You know, Erlander, he does make a good point. The two of us here, me pointing at Thorgrim, we barely were able to escape on our own, and the three of them ran away like cowards. And you want us to go back?
Well, let's just hold the phone there, shall we?
What is a
They ran
phone?
like a coward. I hobbled out.
Let's hold the metaphorical phone here. I don't think
what's
it
the
was
phone?
cowardice at all when you miss several shots with your arrows and you know you're gonna die.
So why are we holding the town crier?
What?
The phone? I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
We are holding the phone because coward is a word, but that I wouldn't even put in my songs.
I would. We're at like
I take it back. My apologies for using such a low, despicable word, Nesta.
Thank you.
But we're stronger now. The cat came and put me in the void, and now we're all super strong, so we can do it, or the cat will torture my eternal soul forever. So let's do it, gang!
As much as for Nate's eternal soul, we kind of should. So
For Nate's eternal soul, we should. What a great
having
statement.
up that lawful good man.
Oh, man. All right. Excellent. We don't believe they'll be here anytime soon, but take a day to take whatever food you will need for. We don't know when they're coming back. It may be a day or two, it may be a week. We're not entirely sure, but it'll be a great boon, and the drunks will be a name on everyone's list of great heroes. Can't believe I said that out loud.
Can we get some of those casks you found, since they can't be sold anyway?
Oh no, they'll be sold, but they will do it the legal way after being taxed correctly.
Can we buy some of those kegs for the road?
You do not need a 25-pound cask of brandy.
Don't tell me what I do and don't need. We have two.
You do not need a 25-pound cask of brandy. You should not have a single drop of liquor again.
If I may interject, if I just may interject, just like for a second, like we are called the drunks.
I know.
Little tears start to fall down Mel's eye. What do you don't need another? And Mel just starts holding off tears. I mean, I don't need. I'm gonna pay for it and everything. I'll pay the extra tank. He's holding off tears at this point, just trying not to lose his shit completely.
So I guess we're good?
Our business is concluded.
Good. I need to
Take your money, purchase whatever you need, set out at first light tomorrow, and wait for their signal.
Let's go get drunk.
Yeah. I stand up, yes sir, and come on Nate, let's go to the bar. Got my attention, good sir.
Nate, give me a dex check. Or no, give me a dex saving throw. With disadvantage since you're inebriated.
It's gonna be great. That's perfect.
All right. No, that's Constitution. Did it not update? There it goes. A 4. Yeah. So as you stand up, you get up a little too quick, and you completely forgot about the fact that you threw up all over the floor, and so you slip in your own vomit, and land squarely on your ass.
Need another drink after that. Oh.
I'll offer Nate a hand up.
Here? Why would you have vomit sitting on the floor in the council chambers? Don't you guys clean in here? Ugh. Say as I try getting up.
Erlander's face is like he's shaking. His face is bright red. He is about to lose his fucking mind at this point.
I'll reach down to try to help pick Nate up.
Okay.
Not sure if I should just throw
Yeah,
him
no,
over
it's
his
fine.
shoulder or.
No, he's able to stand up with your assistance, no problem.
I started to gesture like I was going to, and then saw him slip and get vomit all over, and I'm like,
No, I'm not gonna help anymore. Yeah, okay, perfect. Yeah. He stinks, that's for sure. He smells like a lot of nasty alcohol. That's what he smells like. Alcohol and stomach acid.
I've been bathed since we got back to town.
Nope. All right. So as you start to head out, and you all eventually leave. As the door's closing, you can hear Erlander trying to be quiet, but failing miserably at it. I'm really hoping those sons of bitches get themselves killed.
So do I.
Mel will lean back in, just kind of pop his head in. You're gonna have to take that up
Get
with my
out!
boss first, mister.
Get out, we're done.
I stick my tongue out and slam the door.
All right. And as because you stuck your tongue out, the Ida who's been trying to suppress laughter the whole time just loud, sounding like a donkey exploded. Just and
Perfect.
yeah. And so now you have the rest of your day to kind of go about. And this is where we're gonna end. So essentially, you're gonna have time to do whatever shopping you need to do. You will also all level up to level 3 before you go to the ship. So we will handle all the admin shit as soon as we get done here on the stream. And then so essentially you'll have the rest of the day to buy whatever you need. And then when we come back here in 2 weeks, what is 2 weeks? The 8th of October. Wow. The 8th of October. When we come back for the next game, we will already be at the house. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and call it here. Good day of role-playing with everybody. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I hope you all had fun with it. And with that, we're going to go ahead and call it a night. Thank you all very much for hanging out with us. We're going to thank Fantasy Grounds, who is the virtual tabletop that you saw us using today. Also, Sirenscape Sounds for the sound effects and background sounds that you've been hearing as well. So thank them. I'd like to thank them for that. Thank you to my players. We've got the Rusty Panda just below me right here with Nessa. She sings, she dances, she gets in Hannah's pantses. And
Oh yeah.
I can rhyme too. I'm also a bard. Fuck it. She sings, she dances, she gets in Hannah's pantses. That's the Rusty Panda, aka Nessa the Bard. Below that is Nate, aka it doesn't.
Drunkus.
Yeah, I am Drunkus. Nate being played by I am Pingus, one of my mods, does not stream, so no shout out for him. Go right over there is Thorgrim, who's not Thorgrim, who's actually Seabold, who's actually a changeling, who's now a rogue. Was always a rogue. Never wasn't a rogue. That's why he was terrible wearing heavy armor, because he didn't know how to wear it, because he's a rogue and not a paladin. Don't worry about how he had spells.
I have answers for all that. So.
But that's Captain E-Rock. You can see him doing variety streaming as well during the week and stuff. You can catch him here on the Twitch. You can also catch him over on the YouTubes as well. Captain E-Rock in both those places. Below them is Mel, who is just got a new job and is super happy about it, and it doesn't affect D&D, so he's doubly excited about that. Also, I know you've been doing some stremming. I haven't been able to catch you on, but I know you have been, so you can go check him out as well. And below him, Will Vane, aka Danabo, aka the guy who doesn't want me to ever shout him out. He's down there, does a lot of stuff with the political side of Twitch, and all that fun stuff. And with that, we're gonna call it a night. Thank you all very much for hanging out with us. We appreciate you very much. I hope you had fun. We'll be back in 2 weeks on the 8th of October for more D&D. I will be back tomorrow at noon for Mafia 3. So until next time, be good to yourselves, be good to each other. Remember, you only have one life to live. So does everyone else around you. Try to make their lives better than what it was when you got here, or at a minimum, just don't make it worse. Have a great night, and we'll see you later.
Thank you.
The eye rests. It has shown you all it can for now. This is not a time for sorrow, but a time for joy. When one chapter ends, another must always begin. Ponder upon the lessons you have just witnessed, and heed its wisdom. Apply it to your lives. Go forth. Be well, and do good towards the others that enter your story. Let your chapter and their